What's going on, guys? It is the last day of Georgia's regular season, January 14th, 2024. And I'm walking in on a new piece of public that I haven't been on in probably a year, maybe two, I can't remember. And I got a tip in the last couple of days about some big bucks that were right here in this area. Someone was seeing them behind some houses, and they actually there was two of them. Someone tried to shoot one and their gun jammed. So there's two big bucks in this area right here, and I kind of know where some rubs and scrapes are from scouting it in the past. So I'm going in here blind, gonna try to find a good little pinch point right here, and definitely shoot a doe if I see it, but may get lucky and shoot a big deer. The pictures I saw of them, they were pretty nice. So going for a Hail Mary here on the last day with some high winds and pretty decent temperatures. Should be a fairly good day. And who knows, might get back here and shoot a big one. Let's see if we can put another one down with the mega meat tonight. I made it up in the tree here. I'm pretty much exactly about where I wanted to be. A big peninsula thing here, really. And it's probably 20-something acres. Has some oaks on the edges, but in the middle it's really thick. And it's obviously the highest point in the middle. Just a big bedding area on top here. And that's actually where I found a bunch of rubs and scrapes before. There's kind of a trail working down here that goes by at like 10 yards. And then there's a big drain that comes up this way from the water that way. There's a drain that cuts in right here also. So, thinking the deer are gonna pull out of here or either walk straight through there, come off the side, and they'll usually want to walk the path of least resistance, which is gonna be on top of this ridge up here. If they go across the bottom down there, there's all kind of ditches and stuff they have to cross, which they certainly will, but just generally in daily use, they don't typically, want to go jump a bunch of ditches, getting up out of their bed, going to feed in the afternoon. Same way over here, there's a huge ditch right here in front of me, probably 6 or 8 feet deep, it looks like. So they're either going to go all the way to the water's edge to skirt around if they come from that side, or they're going to come up on top, walk this trail right here. My wind's supposed to be blowing straight back to these houses behind me for the most part. Could be kind of swirly. So I'm going to use some golden estrus, just sprinkle a little bit right here around me in case the bucks or a deer were to get a whiff of something. They can smell that and hopefully settle them down a little bit. This is January 14th, like I said, so it's very possible that they could be trying to breed those other does that didn't get bred the first time around. But this is a really pretty spot, so I'm gonna sit tight. I might even do a little grunting. Hopefully it starts cooling off here pretty quick, and hopefully some deer will get up and move. There's a little spike that came up this drain to the south of me. He's feeding on the side of this hill right now. He's directly downwind of me. Super calm. Well, that was pretty cool. If he'd have been big, he'd be dead. He got to 29.5 yards, and then just kind of turned and went up into this bedding area right here. I heard a couple noises up in there, like some more deer might be up there, and he kind of just eased up that way. But he definitely was going up that drain until he hit the scent trail from me of the doing estrus, and then he came from about 77, I think is where he was, and then he came up to 30. And just worked his way on around. I guess he's assuming the deer's in there. He got a couple good whiffs of me and got nervous, but in the end he just walked off. He's just walking away right now, going to check out whatever that little noise was or whatever. Man, that's cool, but I wish it would have been something I could shoot. I got a group of does, at least 3, about 80 or 100 yards in front of me. Looks like they're trying to work their way this way, moving real slow, just feet messing around. We'll see if they make it over here. I hit her really high. I hit her back. She might be hurt. She might be hurt, but I thought I hit her really high. I don't think she's hurt. That's really weird. I don't know. I don't know how I hit that deer high. I had it on her heart. Set at 25 and she was 22. I hit a twig, man. I don't know if that did it or not. I hit something right there. I bet that's what did it. I don't know. I ain't gonna blame it on that, but I don't know how I hit like 8 inches high. That just don't make sense. Well, I definitely hit a twig right here about 7 yards in front of me, and I think that may have been what did it. I saw her step through the little opening a little bit, and I didn't think, for a split second I saw the twig, and then I just let it go. I said it'll be fine, but I don't know. It may have caused me the problem, so I guess I'll wait it out and see. I did see blood coming out of the left side of her, but she was very well and alert, just licking her back. She wasn't freaking out or anything, so give it about 15 or 20 minutes right here and then get down, I guess. What's up, guys? I never did any more interviews after I got out of the stand yesterday, but I went over there and found my arrow, and not much blood on it at all. I went down there where she stood and found some blood. It pretty much just looked like muscle blood, you know, nothing that looked like it would be fatal at all. But I found pretty good 2 or 3 little piles of blood and was able to follow her blood trail for about 250 yards, I think. And she pretty much went across that ditch, walked up the hill, and then she went parallel to the road. That was the road where I was parked. So she went parallel to the road to the south, and then it looked like she stopped in one spot for a while, and I saw the other 3 deer run up the hill kind of in the direction she went. Well, evidently they all met up and kind of just hung out right there, and then when I came over the hill tracking her, they all took off across the road, and I went down there and saw where she had kind of stood for a while, and you know, it was a little puddle of blood, but not enough to be fatal or anything. And then I saw her blood trail go across the road, just a couple drops here and there. It was pretty sparse at that point, just about a drop every 10 or 15 feet, but just a backstrap hit, you know, pretty much. I hit her right on top of the closest backstrap and then went through the other one. Went home and watched the video, and I just straight up nailed that limb. I thought I was gonna be between them, and evidently I just center punched it. But yeah, between hitting the limb and then I guess that racket and that movement in front of her of that limb and that all that breaking, she dropped a good 4 inches probably, and that had a lot to do with where I hit her as well. So between hitting the limb and her dropping that much just from the commotion of hitting that limb and all, I guess it was just too much, too high for it to, you know, too much going on, and she was able to move and get out of the way there. But fortunately, it looks like she'll probably live, and maybe I can go in there and hunt her again next year. She should have a pretty nice scar on her back. So that's gonna wrap it up for the regular season for me. Just coming out here, putting some feed out down here in this bottom on one of my other properties, and we'll try to see what deer made it through the year and start getting ready for next year, and hopefully we'll be on some big ones again. Appreciate y'all watching.